What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a new video. Yours truly, 206 Souls, aka Sneaker Invest, aka there's a new Flip Life video going down today. Alright, so today's video we're going to talk about long-term holds. So I know you guys have seen the Cactus Jack 4s that I held, or you've seen me talk about the Concords that I'm holding as well. But today we're going to talk about everything as a whole, why so many shoes are going up, such as Cactus 4s like I said, Travis Scott 1s, Travis Scott AF1 sales, Off-White UNCs, and many others as well. Let's just start off with a few holds that I'm doing right now and holds that I've done in the past. The first shoe that I'm holding, you guys have seen me post about them so many times, but the Cactus Jack 4s. So basically the Cactus Jack 4s, I bought, I believe it was 54 pairs of these 4 months ago. I even made a video on it if you want to check it out right here. So yeah, I bought 54 pairs from $280 to $440. Now they go for about $800 to $1,300. The sizes I have go for about $800. My plan with them is to hold them until $1,000, and then I would basically be making $600 plus per pair. And if you do the math for how much profit I'd be making, all you have to do is 54 times 600 a pair, and that equals $32,400 in profit off of 54 pairs of Cactus Jacks. I'm making pretty much more than some people make at most jobs per year, like minimum wage jobs. And guys, by no means, I'm not saying having a minimum wage job is bad, because some people have no choice. I was blessed to be in a position where I know my trade so well that I can do that. But for anybody out there who has a minimum wage job, that's how I started too. I started at $5 an hour at 13. Although I did quit after about like a week, I did start somewhere. So this is by no means downing anybody with a minimum wage job. So yeah, that's the crazy thing. It's over 100% profit on those, which is crazy. So I know you guys may have seen, may have not seen the picture I posted. I think it was like 5 months, 6 months ago, with a bunch of Off-White UNCs. It was like 20 pairs. I'll put that right here. I paid $600 to $900 per pair on Off-White UNCs. Now they're on StockX, I believe, for $1,300 to $2,000, and then other platforms are even hitting $2,500. I don't have all the pairs that I had before, which is 20 pairs. I believe right now I think it's like 12 to 15. But yeah, overall for the Off-White UNCs, I'm pretty sure I can make, I think it's like 400 to like 800 per pair. So yeah, that adds up. Basically, if I had all 20 pairs today, it'd be like 800 profit per. So that's around 13 to 16,000 profit. So guys, I'm telling you, just keep listening to what I'm saying. Holds are no joke. Holding shoes can be just as profitable as doing quick flips all year round, which I still do. And you should do that too to get money to hold shoes. But guys, if you have capital sitting, start holding shoes. The Travis Scott Air Force One sale, I think it was like maybe 5 months ago as well. These were going for $280 to like $350. Now they're going for $700 plus. That is just crazy to me. An Air Force One goes for $700 plus. Enough talking about what I have. We're gonna talk about how you guys can do that as well. So let's get started with the basics. Why did I choose these to hold? And how did I know that they're gonna hit 1K in such a short amount of time? I even said that in the last video. I'll play that right here.
Like I said, I'm probably gonna hold these and wait till they're like $1,000 shoe. If they hit 1,000, that's 600 profit each for me.
So how did I know they're gonna hit 1K? Guys, it's pretty simple. This was Travis Scott's first Nike shoe. Jordan brand shoe basically. So it's kind of common sense when there is a bunch of hype on a shoe like this on the initial release date and the price isn't even that high, it was like $350, that's when you buy, because there's so much hype but there's so much quantity and undercutting right when they release. Since people want to make money, they want that quick cash, that quick profit. So that's when you go and buy. When a shoe or when an artist releases a shoe for the first time and there's a bunch of hype behind it, you buy it. And I mean, I feel like a lot of people would know this too. It's kind of common sense that the Cactus 4s would go up. I didn't see many people holding them. So maybe it's not common sense, maybe a lot of people didn't know, but I feel like it's more intuitive for me. That's my take on it. The reason why I knew these would go up was because It's an off-white. Back when I was buying these for dirt cheap, the off-white European colorway was going for like 25, 3K, and the Chicago colorway was going for like 25 to 3K. So I was like, these are an off-white one. You know what I mean? Like there's only 3 pairs that had been released. These, the white, and the Chicago colorway. So I was like, these have to go up to that amount, like sooner or later. Like there's no ifs or buts if they're gonna go up. And then I saw this one guy who bought like 400 something pairs off StockX when they restocked and they dropped down to like 400 or like 500, something like that. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna start buying them. Obviously I didn't get 400 because I don't have the money for 400, but I did get what I could. That's kind of how I knew. I mean, it's an off-white one. All off-whites pretty much go up, and I just knew they would go up because of that. Now, this is not to say that you won't have bad experiences with holding, because I have as well. I personally haven't lost money, but I've made a very small amount of money after holding for a long time. So, for example, the Royal one, I had about 50 pairs, and I was paying about 200 to 250 per pair. Guys, I held these for almost a year, and they didn't move much at all. Like some of them went up to like 280, some to 320, and then I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna get rid of all of them. So I sold the majority of them for 280 to 320. But if you think about it, I waited a year. So that's 50 pairs. I paid on average $225 a pair, and on average, I sold each pair for about 300. If you do the math, 50 pairs times 75 average profit per pair, that's only 3,750 after a whole entire year of holding. Guys, that's not the way to do it. There's still profit, but you could have made a lot more just quick flipping that over and over and over again. Like I've showed you guys with the outlets or collection buyouts, like buying other people's collections. You could have easily made that 3,000 whatever dollars just off one collection. So very, very bad hold. I still made profit, but it's not that good. Another thing to look for in holds is if they're like a classic shoe. So the white cement 4, I had 20 something pairs and I was paying 200 a pair. I think it was like 6 months after they released. They were still going for like retail pretty much. So I started buying up pairs for 200. And then I think it was 4 months later that I sold all of them for 320. So if you do the math for that, 20 times 120 profit a pair, that's 2,400. So it's not that bad, but at the same time, you know, I feel like I should have bought more pairs to make more profit. Now I'm gonna give you guys some tips on what you can do to hold if you have capital. Rule number 1, always look for classics. Look for shoes that have retroed a lot and have done well in the past. So the white cement 4s, those are always gonna be a classic. Anybody can rock those. Or the bread 4s. Right now, if I were you, if you have the capital, maybe start buying good sized bread 4s, because those are most likely gonna go up. Black cement 3s, they had a ton of pairs of those, and those are going for pretty cheap for a long time. But I feel like now might be a decent time to start buying. Or the Concord 11s, I'm holding those as well too. I don't have that many pairs, I have like 55, 60. Those are classic. Those are starting to slowly go up if you get the smaller sizes, which are like 7.5 to like 9, 9.5. The bigger sizes that do well are like size 13s, but then the 10.5, 10, 11, 11.5, those don't do so well. So yeah, classic shoes will always go up in price. Number 2, look for the hype on the initial release date. If there's a lot of noise when they're about to release, like a bunch of people are talking about it, but you kind of know that a lot of pairs are going to be released. For example, the off-white UNCs, those restocked, there are a lot of pairs that actually did release. And if you see that so many people want them, but there's a lot of pairs being released, that's when you buy in. Once pairs start selling and there's not that many pairs circulating on the market, they're gonna go up because supply and demand. Not a lot of supply, a lot of demand. That's when they just skyrocket and go straight to the moon, like cryptocurrency, except no, not like cryptocurrency. I lost like $1,200 doing that shit, so don't do cryptocurrency. Bruh. Another theory that I kind of have why these shoes are going up so much is because I feel like China, they buy a lot of bulk from the USA, because in China the market is so much higher. So just like what I was saying before, they buy up all the pairs in the United States. There's not that many pairs left. They sell it for the high in China, and then there's a lot more demand in the USA since there's not many pairs left. So that's kind of what I feel like is kind of happening. I mean, if you're new to holding, start on a small scale. Like if you don't have a lot of capital, guys, you gotta start on a small scale. Build that intuition. Build, you know, that kind of trust in yourself where like you have a strong feeling they're gonna go up, because I think it's really intuitive in my opinion. And if you don't have a lot of capital, guys, and you put it all into holding, you know, you could be stuck with the shoes and then they just stay the same price after 6 months. Bruh. That being said, if you're new to reselling, try and do a lot of quick flips. Try and get like, I would say like $20,000 in capital at first, and then maybe put in like 5,000 to like 10,000 into holding. So you still have another 10 to 15,000 to still do quick flips. Keep building that money, and then you just have those shoes laying on the side, kind of like stocks, holding stocks long term. You don't think about them, wherever it is, storage at your house, and they just slowly keep going up. That's what I would suggest. Start very slow, start small, and over time, you're gonna start building and building and building like crazy. Once I sell all of these Cactus Jack 4s, I'm gonna start buying a lot more other shoes. I don't know which ones I'm gonna hold yet, but that's what I'm gonna do. And another tip for you guys is you gotta have a plan. You can't just buy a shoe and say, oh, it's gonna go up, but I don't know what it's gonna go up to. If it goes up, I'm gonna sell it. That's not how I go about it at all. Like I said, the Cactus Jack 4s, I bought them at a certain price, and once they hit 1K, they're gone. I'm selling them. I don't care if people are saying they're gonna go to 1,500, 2,000, they're gone at 1K no matter what. And that's how it should be. You gotta have a set plan. You gotta know exactly what you're gonna do with them, because if you don't, majority of the time you end up losing. Go into it with a set plan, know exactly what you're gonna do. Don't listen to other people's opinions on what you should and shouldn't hold, unless they actually know what they're doing, unless they've had a successful hold. Don't listen to them, because a lot of people, they like to talk, but they never actually do it themselves. So that's my take on it. Like the video, like now, just like it right now before you get out. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and follow me on my Instagram at 206souls. Also, if you guys want to get my book, it's sneakerinvest.com if you want to learn more about long holds or just implement everything I just talked about for free to the best of your ability. That's it for today's video. See you for the next one.